So what is the creative realm?
The creative realm, to me, is Calgary.
The creative realm is a sprawling street art block by block project.
I think that the creative realm is an invitation to get together, really.
I feel like the creative realm has a heartbeat.
The idea for the creative realm originally stemmed from being asked to integrate art into road construction. If they were going to rip up this avenue and redo that amount of public space in Calgary's kind of busiest main street, we were kind of trying to get people to reimagine the area, re-explore it, and re-engage with it. For an artist to kind of like have an opportunity to come and just look at a place that maybe they walk up and down all the time, I really want to engage that, like, you know, what would be useful or functional or purposeful, but what do you think about art? What's its role? What's the opportunities maybe around your business that we could maybe make an art project exist there?
The general public has a instinctive nature to not be around those loud noises, scraping and pulling and tearing up rocks and elements, and those types of noises, especially in the business realm, deter people.
Whole project in general is a challenge. What is an art project integrated into road construction going to look like? It's an intimidating world to make things in the public, especially in our city where the conversation around public art is quite a sensitive topic. What I've seen is a small amount, like $13,500 being allocated per block, per art project, and then watching that $13,500 trickle into so many individuals' lives, their practice, the continuation of them living in the city, really engaging in the public realm by making work that creates discourse and dialogue.
For me, when we did the bubble park with AZMA Digital and my mother showed up, the fact that she walked through the park and looked at the bubbles and sat down and stayed with me for an hour and said, "This is really nice." I mean, these are big moments, right? These are the things that change people and get them out in their space and out in the world.
So one person came to me and she said she had a very hard day, one of the hardest days of her life, and she just was passing by and saw the bubbles and the bubble machines, and it made her day. That was one of the goals, to bring joy to people, but hearing that feedback just makes it more special, because you're doing something nice for people, and especially if they're having a hard time and then they come see this and feel a little better after. It's great. It's amazing.
For general people kind of like passing by or seeing something, it might just be that they take a momentary pause and sort of have a smile or an interaction with someone that was maybe unpredicted.
It's fun to examine what a world would be like if you could just play and be playful.
What we're doing differently here is we're integrating with the community, and we're creating something alongside them and with them that they are a part of every step of the way.
The creative realm wouldn't be possible without the business owners who contributed their ideas. We met a lot of people who ply their craft in that neighborhood, and they were the glue of this entire project.
Local businesses, independent businesses like us, actually fuel the local economy because the dollars stay in Calgary. We've had to be creative. We're encouraging people to come down on foot.
Oh, hi. Welcome to the General Store. It is the first store that trades in all forms of capital. So you are probably familiar with some of the classic forms, such as money or living capital, things that keep us alive, material capital, these little objects. But we have other things here too, like intellectual capital, like this knowledge on how to soak legumes so as not to pass wind, or...
So we just switched. It was quite a slow transaction, I guess. We switched some tomatoes and some water and a quick joke for some taco vouchers and a reading of a poem, which is quite nice. It's fun for starters, but then it also makes you think a little bit more about the value that we put on things.
I think that adding something for people to look at and to engage with and to enjoy is good. It's better than blank spaces everywhere, and you know, hopefully just inspires people to kind of look at the streets differently. Even if you don't get it right away, you can kind of engage with it and actually have like a real tactile experience with it and walk away feeling better about the city or community.
I feel that when there is activities like the general store where people can interact, that just makes people feel more welcomed and feel a part of a community.
In creating a series of different projects that do different things, we're trying to tap into different ways of connecting with other people.
There's no small amount of support that is required for that, because we're educating people along the way about what the value, what the point of any of this is.
How can we throw a microphone on 17th Avenue and see what we get? And then a phone booth got kind of tossed out by someone, and so we pitched, we're gonna find a phone booth somewhere, we're gonna convert it into a recording device, and the idea was born.
Story from the block.
Many moons ago, I was here visiting a Minute Loop to get my oil change, and the attendant there had these hypnotic blue eyes and ended up weaseling a $350 oil change out of me. But it just didn't matter because he was beautiful and he was just Calgary's blonde, blue-eyed angel.
We live in this creative realm. We all create in various ways, and so as this project did, and as all art did, it engaged with the public. We received that expression and were able to turn it into our own expression. So it was a very, very cool dialogue.
We ended up having an event at Layden's funeral home, and that became, for me, a very monumental and successful thing because of how it engaged the business into an arts community, into a maker's kind of world. So there was this exhibition of these funeral vessels at a funeral home. So it was very much like a kind of celebration of craft and life.
For me, this is the first time that I've been involved in any public art. And so to have the opportunity to take these ideas that I think maybe sometimes are a little bit unbidden and a tiny bit unwelcome. We had like a 16-year-old kid who had never actually even made anything like this before, like weaving an infant coffin. So starting with nothing and coming out with this really incredible piece that basically wowed everybody that came to the show was pretty amazing. They all had a real curiosity around death and dying. The feedback was so positive, the work was so beautiful, the connections were so solid, and something really happened.
Choosing to fund art projects during road construction is a vote for a new generation of artists who are creating down there and who are making it happen.
It's not hiring an artist and having them disappear and go back to a place. It's creating a community that exists in a larger scale. And so long after this project's done, these are people who will stay connected.
Hopefully somehow we're operating in both the seen and unseen world enough to make change. It's the root system of the tree. If you impact the roots, the tree changes. What we're hoping to do is kind of impact those roots in some small ways so that what we grow out of the city is something more that we want to see and be a part of and participate in, and hopefully encourage others to do the same.